All right, guys, here's the deal. Back by pipe. You know, son of a biscuit, I passed it. What am I doing? No harm, no foul, I guess. No animals were harmed creating this video. Oh man, this is going to be, well, hopefully fruitful. I am approaching, oh, they're there. All right, we're going to make this happen. I cannot get a hold of Emily for the life of me. You know, I don't know if she changed her phone number, etc., etc. We're going to make this happen. I'm going to park off here. That way I don't look like a clown. All right, yeah, Emily's sitting right outside. How cool. All right, so I guess they're still here. And I'm just parked kind of in the middle of the road. All right, here we go. Here's, slow down window. Oh my goodness. Emily, how you been, man? You guys rocking out the, you got the rallies going. Man, we got a, Charles. What's happening, bud? Dogs are going crazy. What's new, guys? Everything cool? Got a big ass dog, a bag of food or dog food there?
Yeah.
Yeah, good deal. All right. Well, hey, I'm just checking in to see how you're doing. Did you change your phone number?
No.
All right, I'll have to get more into that. All right. I guess is everything okay? You guys are doing all right?
Yeah.
Hey, what happened to that? Where's Wesley? His truck. You guys get that fixed?
No.
Nope. We scrapped it.
Scrapped it.
Yeah.
Well, I got an idea. I want to run by him. Is he here? Or is he
Where's
with?
Dad? Oh, he's in back. I'm gonna go get him.
Yeah, I just want to talk to him real quick. I got an idea. I want to run by him. How you doing, Austin? Wow. They used to be kind of somewhat happy, but something seems a little bit off here, guys. I'm not sure. Yeah. I guess it is what it is. We're going to talk to the man in charge. Wesley, how you doing, man? Hey, it's good to see you again. Hey, I got a question for you. I talked to Charles, and he said that your car, that your truck, it's, you know, you got rid of it, you scrapped it, you know.
Yeah, because it's total.
Yeah. Yeah, you had the engine half taken apart.
Yeah.
But hey, I got a car for you.
Yeah.
It's a 2000 Explorer. I might need an engine though. Do you know a good mechanic? I'll give you the car. I mean, I will physically bring you to my house and I'll show it to you. You know, you can take a look at it. But I figured, hey, it's big, and you know it works. And I got some stuff for you guys right now.
What's it doing?
It's I guess there's a head gasket problem. I got to talk to some mechanics. It won't start. There's no battery right now, but I physically bought it. I drove it home. It drove fine. Everything was cool. But now I parked it, and it just won't start. I got the key, you know, all that stuff. It's all legit. But it's a 2000. It's red, you know, the hatchback type thing. Mm-hmm. And but hey, man, you can have it. You know, if you want to take a look at it, you know, that's cool. But yeah, I haven't seen you guys in a while. I thought Emily had changed her phone number. Maybe I'm calling the wrong number. You know, that wouldn't surprise me.
No, we've been having so much trouble. I mean, so much going on.
Well, yeah, I believe it. No doubt.
I'm just staying stressed out.
Oh, well, yeah. I guess that's kind of self-explanatory. You know, when you kind of, your back's against the wall a little bit, you know, and so it's hard to...
My back's against 20 on the wall.
All right. Well, hey, let's try to make you smile today. I got some stuff. Come on over, check it out.
And I ain't being hateful. I just got so much going on. We got in a wreck with this truck. They're total it. And to come find out, the insurance company said we had liability on it. And
so you didn't get a dime. You know, it's basically your loss. You know, good luck. Have a nice day.
And
all right. Well, that blows. But I got some stuff for you, man. I mean, this is just temporary. I mean, we're talking big picture, man. I want to bring you guys shopping. You don't even understand how many people are concerned and caring about you guys. You know, you and your family. How long do you see yourself being here? I mean, it's really none of my business, but...
Hopefully I have a job by Monday.
Really? Okay.
Making $18 an hour. I'm hoping.
Oh, man, that's great news. But you obviously need transportation. But I think there is a head gasket problem, but that's minor in the grand scheme of things. But it's a 2000... It looks like that white one, but it's red.
But is that a Ford or?
Yeah, a Ford Explorer.
Ford Explorer?
2000, four-door, hatchback. You know, it's a
Yeah.
nice car. I'll bring you to my house. We can go right now if you want. But, I mean, just take a look at it. I'll bring you back.
I know.
You know.
Let me ask her real quick.
Yeah. I'm not scared. You know, he's going to be the wage earner, I guess. But wow, what a change in demeanor. Hard to make eye contact, and all I've been trying to do is help them out. But, you know, the problem still exists. But yeah, if he wants to go for a ride, we're going to go for a ride. I'll take him to my house. I'll bring him back. You know, if he wants it, you know, it's his. We just got to get either a new motor or a head gasket. And, you know, it drove fine. You know, this is my car. I personally bought it. So we're going to see if he wants. I'll give it to him. It's been sitting there for like 2 years now. You know, I had a Grand Prix, an 06 Grand Prix broke down. And I was like, all right, I need something better because I travel. You know, I traveled a ton for work. And I needed something that could carry cargo. And, you know, I had my fiance and, you know, my stepson. Well, soon to be stepson, I guess you could say. But if he wants to go look at it, yeah, we're going to be all about it. He said he could start a job Monday. I'll bring him to work. I guess it depends. If it's 7 a.m., I got to set my alarm. But, wow. I just find it kind of odd. They got the table here where Emily and Austin are sitting. They're chowing on some rallies. You may know it as Checkers. Oh, he's coming. All right, so let me clear space. All right, so Wesley and I'm going to have him check out this car. I didn't even know if you'd be here. I came over one time to look for you guys. Yeah. Couldn't find you guys. And then I guess you were at Walmart. I went to Walmart. Couldn't find you guys. We're gonna check this out. You know, I'll see what you think. All right, man, grab a seat. Let's go for a ride. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know if you guys would still be here. I've been trying to call Emily for a while. I've been really busy. You know, that's all there is to it.
You know, I've been out looking, and these tent places.
You want a Gatorade? Yeah, break it off.
I've been out here looking for jobs and stuff, and put jobs online and stuff, and it's like.
So, obviously,
they're saying I'm over too qualified.
You're too qualified. I find that hard. I mean, I believe you totally because I mean it's a common thing. You're overqualified.
Yeah.
It's like, look, if I'm overqualified and I'm willing to accept the job that pays less, and you, according to you, I can do more. I don't know. Yeah. Common sense says, hey, let's do it. You know what I mean? Right. Doesn't it make sense?
See, these tent places don't want to get me in somewhere unless I'm making $18, $20 something an hour because of my experience.
And so the job. Oh, let me hold up here. Let me put my seatbelt on. What if you don't mind me asking, what are you say you can start a job Monday?
Yeah, driving LTO forklifts.
Oh yeah, sure. No, I drove a forklift at Volkswagen.
Yeah.
So is it local?
Yeah, it's here in Dalton.
Oh, cool. Good job. Good deal. Well, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah.
now we've been out here like I don't really want to say what we've been doing.
No, hey, that's none of my business.
We've been out here panhandling.
Well,
Trying to get
yeah,
money.
that's what I say. You don't even understand. I'm gonna take you guys shopping. You got to understand is that you guys got a ton of support. I just have not been able to get a hold of Emily, and I don't get in this particular area too often.
Yeah.
But I couldn't hold my tongue, and I'm glad to see you, man. You look good. You really do. Except for just the massive stress.
She's been in and out of surgery still.
Are you talking?
She went into surgery last Friday.
Are you talking about your wife?
Yeah.
Oh man, is she okay?
She got a spot on the side of her foot.
Got a spot on her foot. Did they think it's cancerous?
That long, about that way, and it was turning like into gangrene and stuff.
Oh Lord! So she got an infection.
Yeah, and they had to cut her open and do all that scraping and stuff off of her. She went to the doctor's earlier and the guy said she got.
But what the hell? It looks just like that Blue Explorer, but it's red. You'll see. I'm telling you, I bought it myself. I physically bought it, drove it around, drove it home. But now it's blowing. It was when it ran, it was blowing smoke out the tailpipe, and I'd have to talk to people smarter than me. Probably won't be hard to find. But all I'm trying to do is like, hey, this is perfect for you guys. You got a family of 4. You got your dog, big boy, and I met you guys.
Because we're not happy over there.
Oh, I kind of think.
Understand.
No, I don't even. I already had a thought on that. It's not rocket science. It's almost like you're not welcome there, and it's like, I get it, man. I get it. No explanation necessary, but I totally understand your deal. So obviously, if you're going to start work and you want to get to, you want to be able to, just provide, have your own place, screw the tents, sleeping out in the yards or in the woods, those days, I'm sure you want those to be over. But I'm bringing you right to my house. I'm not a clown. We're talking about real lives here. This is the deal. So I want you to check it out and see what you think. You're going to physically be at my house. So, and that's where the car's parked. And if we have to, we'll get it towed to a mechanic. You might be able to fix it yourself. I don't know. But, there's no battery in it right now.
I look at it and...
Oh, it's clean. It's got 137,000 miles, 2000 Explorer XLS, 4-door. And you got a job coming up, and obviously you're gonna need transportation, and that's the deal. I've had it for a little bit. I got this car. It's that's all I need. I'm by myself. I'm a single guy. It is what it is. But if I can help you, that's kind of the name of the game.
Yeah.
You're digging my hat though? Isn't that cool? It's like.
If you had Tennessee on it, you'd be better.
Tennessee fan. Well, you're not going to get much lower in this area. And then you got the guy with the stereo. But man, I'm so glad I ran into you because you're the man. You're the dude. You are the first introduction to this whole thing, and people are sending me comments all the time. How's Big Boy, and how are the kids doing, and is Emily in the hospital, and how's Tiffany, and it's like, I don't know, but I tried calling her, and she seemed when I talked to her a little bit ago, she seemed a little bit disinterested in the whole idea that I'm even there.
She just...
I don't know if they're mad at me or I don't know what's going on, but
It this, we're having issues.
What's that?
We're having issues with it.
Oh, with Emily? Well, hey, that's cool. I mean, that's you guys' business. I'm sure you'll work it out. But, you know, we met on accident. I guess it really wasn't an accident. Oh, yeah. No, I totally am. Yeah, this is how this is even possible. You know, I mean, you could say something that if you don't want it on, I'll make sure that doesn't happen. Yeah. But right now,
I just don't want no problem. I don't want no trouble.
You're not having any trouble. I mean, I'm not taking you out to the woods to grab a stick and say, hey, let's battle. I'm being real here.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of how it goes. I guess I'm recording till my battery does. But I guess that's really even the point. Oh. But yeah, I mean, we're, I don't know, 10, 12 miles maybe, you know, apart.
Yeah.
But no, I'll bring you home. I'll show you.
It's all right. I know you ain't.
No, I'm just letting you know that, you know, this isn't some kind of, you know, game or a joke or anything. I'm seriously worried about you guys. You know, I met you guys and I was like, son of a bitch. You know, here you are.
We've been out here. I'm telling you, we've been out here doing everything. I've been out here
scrapping, you know, recycling, anything you can do to earn some money. No, I get it. I see it every day. I mean, that's what I do. And it's just been a while, and I don't know if it's just Emily not answering her phone or, oh, I got a charger for her, by the way. Well, here, I'll give it to you before I forget. It's,
Which one you're on calling from? Yeah.
I'll tell you. I'll have to look up the number. I'll tell you here in a minute. Let me park. Okay, so you have to have Wi-Fi to have a phone.
Right.
So is it a text now phone number?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got text now on my phone.
Okay, good. Well, at least you have that. I live right here, man. I'm like 2 minutes away. But it's really just a simple question.
We tried to get the phone turned back on, and they said I want to let it pay $87, and it's like they couldn't help us with that, doing that.
So I think when we met the first time over at the DFAX place, yeah. Tiffany had said that they had added Emily to the food stamp program.
Yeah, they're supposed to. They never did.
So what is it now? Is it $7.40?
Yeah, it's $7.40 right now.
For 3 people?
Yeah.
But you got obviously the 4. Okay.
Yeah.
So did they have a reason as to why they...
They never did call us back, like I said.
Okay.
We went up there yesterday and...
Well, I guess I would have to say if it's anything like Emily's phone number, I've had a hard time. I just haven't been in the area.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't forgot about you guys. You know, I mean, that's just...
Well, we gave a number that they could call us and that, if they need to call us.
Okay.
And I don't use their phone number that much because I don't want none of their business.
All right, I got you. All right, we're coming up on my driveway here. My strap broke on my thing here, my little body mount. I'll just doctor it up somehow before I go off the road. I'll just make a little knot here and see how that works out. But yeah, it's a clean car. I mean, it really is. It's just you'll see. Give me 30 seconds here. I look like a clown, or people think I'm in the FBI. I'm like, what? Come on, man. I'm like, who was the guy? All right, let's make it happen. I will say this. You are the absolute first person I've ever brought to my house. You know.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, it's not like a massive secret, but this driveway sucks ass. But that's the Dodge. And the Explorer's right behind it. Let me park here. All right, we'll have a look-see. I got a bunch of stuff. So when I bring you back, I'm gonna hook you guys up. I got some food and stuff, and then we're gonna go shopping. I mean, probably not today, but you know, tomorrow or whatever. You know. That's my dog Bruno. He's a clown. Oh yeah, he's just like a big boy. No, seriously. Yeah, you don't have a look. It's you know, this one is the one we're using now. But the tires hold air, got good tread. I got some stuff in there, but you know, that's easy. We'll get rid of that. You know, no problem. And my camera's all sideways. What's going on?
What year is it?
2000.
2000?
Yeah, but there's no battery. Pop the hood.
It's not.
We just had it opening. Try it again. There you go. The only thing is, you need there's this little golf club thing that holds it open.
Yeah, it's supposed to have the.
Yeah, but it's pretty clean. But it started, it ran. I physically drove this. Obviously, you can see there's no battery, but you know, that's minor in the grand scheme of things. I will say this: there's a dude that had when I bought it, it's in the car somewhere. It was mass airflow cleaner.
Yeah.
And yeah, and he was spraying it in there to get it started. And I was like,
Mine's for airflow right here.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I mean, you might be able to do the work yourself, or and that's another thing. You know, people have a check in the oil. Looks pretty clean to me, but when I hit we put a battery in it, and it just won't. When you hit the key, it just clicks.
Click. That's a short in the cables.
Well, probably, but it doesn't. You know, the lights dimmed. You know, all the dash lights came on, all that business when you turn the key forward, but it won't. It just won't crank. I mean, right now. So I don't know if it's easier, because these motors for these cars, I'm sure you probably know, they're kind of a dime a dozen. Mm-hmm. There's a million of them. You know, like $300-400 somewhere in there, and you know they're everywhere. You know, not a big deal.
This has got 2 full masters.
What's that?
This one's got 2. Got one right there and one.
Oh,
right there.
2 mass airflow. Okay.
Yep.
Well, you probably know more than I, because you already broke out the info. But yeah. Tell you what, I'm gonna go let my dog out real quick. You know, he's cool. You know, he's not gonna harm anybody. If you want, I'll pop the hatch in the back. You know, it's just you know, it's relatively clean. But
hey,
how's that oil look?
Oh, it's good. It ain't got a blown head.
Well, that was my thoughts as well.
Got
And a buddy of mine said, do you know something about hydro lock? Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
Okay. He said that
if it was, it would be brown.
Milky
brown.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That oil, you could lick it.
Yeah, this oil's clean. It ain't got blown. Another thing you can check if it's blowing head, Cal. If it's got moisture right here.
Okay.
And they don't got no moisture.
Is that considered the therm? Oh.
No, that's the oil cap.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, is that the rate? It was like, you know, I'm not sure of the design. You know.
No, this is the oil cap.
I mean, I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. Mechanic school was closed. But let me grab my dog real quick. But yeah, man, take a look, see what you think. Well, all right. It almost sounds like sold. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Take it. Look at these fools. Hey! Slow down, man. Let's go. Slow your roll. These dudes. It's all good. My strap busted on my body harness, so I'm actually holding my phone. I feel like a clown. Hey! No. If he barks, the other dog barks because that's how it goes. But yeah, I guess it's kind of loose, you know, the tailgate. But we can get this shit out of here. You know, it's just that's my construction hat from back in Civil War.
That's okay.
But yeah, I got a trailer hitch. I'm telling you, I drove this myself. I really did. I drove it home. I parked it basically exactly where it is, and it has sat there. This just fell out. That's nothing. Yeah, that's nothing. And that's so minor. But
yeah, we can get it over there. I can get a battery. I can see what's going on with it.
well, we put the battery in it. The battery that was in here is now in here, in this Dodge. It's the same exact battery. Go hump him over there.
Is it the neighbor dog?
No. The brown dog, his name is Lucky, but people want me to call him Pepper because he ate a bottle of pepper spray. Yeah. I'm dead serious. He's a fool, but no, he's a lover.
You just like the dog we got.
Doesn't he look like Big Boy?
Yeah, he does.
For sure. I got a lady in France that wants to buy Big Boy. She's obsessed with that dog. I'm dead serious. She said she'll give you lifetime crepes. You ever had a crepe?
Right.
I guess it's like a thin pancake.
Oh, really?
I never had one. Lifetime supply. But I don't know. I guess that's kind of comical. But yeah, man, you're welcome to it.
Yeah.
I got to get the. I have had the title. I just haven't found it. But if not, I will get it. You know, that's not a problem. I hope.
See right here?
What's that?
That's why it ain't.
Bad ground?
Yeah, and look right up in there.
Okay. Because it would crank. My buddy came over and he had pulled in the fuse box area, he had pulled the fuel pump fuse because he said it was getting flooded. He said he could smell it. But then it would have started. He said it was blowing white smoke. So he's like, turn it off. So I turned it off. And then since then, I haven't tried it again. And he said, head gasket.
How long it's set before it's been running?
I will say 2 years.
It's going to blow white smoke like I had to it.
Well, no. At that time, it was like a week.
A week?
Yeah, but now, it obviously nothing. But I guess what I'm getting at is the fact that when I try to start it now, it just click. But it binds down. I mean, the whole dash, dome lights, all that stuff, they go dim.
Yeah, because
there's a bind.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't even crank. Yeah. And you know, my stepson, he checked the oil, and I thought it looked good. You know, it's like it doesn't take a genius to figure out, you know, you got clean oil or not. Yeah. And it's not milky. You know, does it have a smell? Does it stink or anything? Yeah. Not exactly sure.
Well, see right here?
Okay.
Got the oil.
Oh, so there is oil in the antifreeze.
Yeah.
All right, so that would lead you to a head gasket. Okay.
Yep.
And that's what my buddy had said. You know, he's pretty knowledgeable. He's a big Ford guy. That's all he really works on is Fords. Let me ask you.
Even though it's not inside the oil, it's blowing back into the radiator.
Okay. And that's going to cause the smoke?
Right.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right. Well,
that's why I checked right there to make sure, too.
Let me ask you this. How much of a job is it to change the head gasket on this particular car?
Well, everything's got to come off the top end.
Right. In your opinion, is it easier to just change the engine or do a head gasket? Because don't you got to get the heads milled and all this other? You do. Okay. You got to make sure they're flat and you get a good seal.
You got to make sure there ain't no cracks in the heads.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I guess.
Either way you go, you're looking about the same price.
All right.
New engine and the head gasket.
All right. Well, in your opinion, what do you think would be best? Are we looking at another engine, or would it be head gasket? Because I don't think, in my opinion, where you're at now, I don't think that you would have the necessary tools and whatnot to pull an engine and change all that, but maybe you could rip it down and change a head gasket. But there's more to it than just that. You got to get the heads milled, etc., etc., etc.
Right now, the best thing is that replace the heads.
Really? Okay. So,
Replace
all right. Well,
you can buy the heads for it.
Oh, you're talking about like just buying the heads themselves, but you still need to do the gasket.
Yeah, the gaskets for the heads are about like but 20 something dollars. I don't know how much.
I think
you got to buy the whole kit.
I think the kit's like 200.
Yeah, to see right now, I know. We checked into a diagnostic for on that van. It was $175 to do a diagnostic on that van.
To do a diagnostic?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Everything's went up, and
yeah. Oh yeah, money well spent. But I guess my question would be I guess I'll take you home. I want you to think about it, and on the way home I'll give you my personal phone number. That way you have it in your hand.
Oh, I want this Ford Explorer.
Okay.
Do.
Well, hey,
what we need to try to do is find somebody who can work on it to change them.
That's a thing we can work on. But do you see yourself over here at where you're at for another week?
Hopefully not much longer.
Okay. I guess what I'm getting at is we'd have to find a spot to bring the car. I don't want to bring this there and then have you not have the ability to work on it. And if you just want to do head gasket, it might be even cheaper just to do the motor. But do you got any buddy mechanics, dudes that have a garage or anything?
I know a couple people that can work on vehicles.
Okay.
And
can you contact them?
Yeah, I'd contact them later on
All right.
this evening about it.
Because you guys got to realize I got some serious support for you guys. They're
well, if we get it over there, I get it.
Well, no, case closed. This is yours.
Yeah.
You can.
Well, you can tell it's been sitting. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. Well, it has. There's no doubt about that. I couldn't get it started, and then my buddy said when we did get started, he said, "Don't turn it off." I'm like, well, okay. It's blowing smoke, and so I turned it off, and there we are.
You got any jumper cables?
I do.
You back this Dodge up?
That actually it needs to be charged.
Oh, really?
That particular battery guy. But did you ever run this thing high? Oh no. I drove it probably 40, 50 miles. I took it out for about an hour or so. Just normal stuff. I stopped, started it, I put a couple bucks in gas, this and that. I put some fuel stabilizer in the gas once I realized it wasn't going to start. It's probably got 3-4 gallons in it right now. I put a thing of Stabil, fuel stuff in there just to kind of keep it, legit.
And of course, it made the radiator need to be cleaned out.
Okay. Well, draining and power flushing and whatever.
Did drain out and run the flush through it and
sure.
And it made me do that because it, like I said,
that makes sense.
Ain't a lot in there.
That makes sense.
Because there was a lot in there.
But, like I said, I drove it like 40 or 50 miles, and then, I drove it right here and parked. I was actually just parked this way.
Yeah.
And it's sat here ever since. But then, it started getting dirty. My stepson, he broke out the...
See, there ain't no radiator fluid in there. That's water.
Well, that might be the case now, but, that shouldn't start it from not even turning over.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, it won't, because it won't turn over, because it ain't got the ends right here. It's so rusted
yeah.
and broken. and these right here, and a lot of times if they're arrested like this, in there and like that, that would stop for connection.
Okay.
And
Well,
see-
no, I mean, that makes perfect sense. But everything else in the car come on, you know, the whole lights
it
and
will
whatnot.
come on,
Yeah.
and all the lights and that.
Until you
Yeah,
put a load on it.
Till you put a load on it.
Gotcha. No,
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're laying down. No, it's all right. But yeah, man. You know,
Yeah, it's
we'll figure it out. Yeah, well, I guess what they've kind of been doing. Well, that's fine. That'll work too. Let's not even close it. We'll just leave it that way.
yeah.
It's got a small crack in the windshield there, across top. That's nothing. It's in the sun-shaded part of it. But yeah, I'm telling you what, man, this thing cleans up nice. It really does. You know, it squeaks a little bit when you drive. You know, this strut, squeak, squeak, squeak. You know, but hey, it could be worse. You know.
Yeah. And it's been real good for Tiffany anyway, because it's got the bars on it.
Well, in addition to that, it's got the hatchback. You know, you can put the wheelchair in there. You know, her toilet and whatnot. I think this will be ideal for you guys. And
XL, yeah. Is it a sport?
no, it's not a sport. Sport's a two-door. That's for sure.
I ain't never heard of XLS.
Well, it's got the CD player. You know, it's got a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, check it out. Hey, I'm going to use the restroom, man.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Yeah, take your time. Do what?
Oh.
No, I got a guy with me. He's the guy getting the Explorer. Move it.
Give me gas.
Oh, yeah, I'm giving it to him. There you are.
He got husky in him.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found him at the gas station.
Yeah, he got husky in him.
See all the garbage here in the yard?
Yeah.
He eats whatever he finds.
He got.
No, he's a good dude. He'll fight with you. Look at that pig nose.
So that's a husky.
Yeah, that's what I showed the Humane Society some pictures. I was trying to find its original owner. I was pumping air in my tire in this car, right here, in this tire. Right here, right at this gas station. And I come back to my car and he's chilling in the front seat. I'm like, well, I guess it was meant to happen. But he's like a puppy, I guess you could say.
Yeah, he's still got a puppy in him.
But he's got a bad leg. His left leg, you know, he doesn't use it. You know,
He
but
probably got hit or somebody.
that's what I thought.
Or somebody abused him.
Who knows? But his collar is different. We put a new collar on him because it fit better. But he had a collar on that said Philadelphia Flyers hockey team. And I'm like, all right, did he come down from the mountains? Was it from a tourist? I don't know. But all right, let's roll. We'll get you home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I figured, hey, you know, why not? I gotta get a water myself. I'm dry as a cucumber. Let's get the air rolling. All right. Okay. And here we are. Yeah, I'll do this little buddy Gatorade. That's what we're gonna do. All right, cool. Oh, yeah, see, he's a lover.
What?
Yeah, his name is Bruno. Now this guy, he kicks his ass constantly. Because no, he tries to hump him all day long.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, come on, man.
Okay, you guys, come on.
Go! He almost wish they would listen sometime. But yeah, man, we'll make arrangements. We'll get that biatch towed, and you can have it. We'll get it cleaned out. I'm telling you, it's a good car. It's got 137,000 on that motor. So I don't know. You know, obviously you can check different places and whatnot. That's got, you know, motor 210,000, blah blah blah. But see, you never know what you're getting.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes, you know, there's a degree of satisfaction as to, you know, doing your own work. That way you feel confident in the repair. Or, you know, is another motor the way to go? It's just the way it is.
Well, that's got 200. How much on there?
137.
137.
Yes, sir.
Got a lot of miles on it.
Well, not really. This has got 190, and it's 10 years newer than that. You know, and I guess those motors are kind of bulletproof. I don't know. You know, I don't.
Well, it could have been done. Wherever you got, who you bought it off of, rigged it enough to sell it.
Well, when I bought it, it's from a guy on Cleveland Highway. You know, if you take the bypass down and you know where Big D Flea Market is?
Yeah.
If you're going that way, it's just a house on the side of the road.
Yeah.
The car was out front. I pulled in one day, and I was there 3 or 4 times. Talked to the guy, you know, about your size. You know, no big deal, just a guy. He said, yeah, I'm selling this from my buddy. He's got a dealership. And I'm like, okay. So you get a little something out of this. And he wanted $1,600.
Yeah.
And I offered 13, and he jumped on it. So that was kind of a red flag. Because I'm telling you, when I saw it, the thing shined. It cleans up nice. And you could see there was no visible body damage. You know, it's a good looking car.
Yeah.
You know, I would feel safe driving it if you could drive it.
Yeah.
That's really all there is to
Well,
it.
like I said, it could be anything. Anything like that.
Well, I guess
And when I checked the oil's clear.
yeah, and that was after driving. You know, and I will say this, that was after driving it. I would imagine they probably changed it before they put it up for sale. That makes sense because they know everybody's going to check the oil. I mean, that's just common sense.
Well, even though, like I said, if the heads was blowing in it too, it would have moisture on the oil cap.
Okay. So you didn't see the moisture on the cap, but it was in the radiator.
Yeah, you can see where oil.
The film.
Yeah, the film of it.
Okay. All right. So you already sound more educated than most people I know. I mean, in regards to auto care, because probably you had to do it. I'm gonna rock the cruise. Put my seatbelt on. But yeah, we'll get you home.
It's like a Nissan. When I took a Nissan apart, the head was fucking.
Yeah. Well, when I saw you, or you know, when I saw the car, you know, the engine compartment, I was like, well, the hood's gone, and that thing was totally taken apart. And I'm like, well, it was only 2 weeks when you were driving it.
Yeah.
You know, 2 weeks later, there you go. And that was after the accident.
Yeah.
Man. Well, that sucks.
Well, the head was busted in it way before we got it. You can tell on one side, on the driver's side, from the back, on the back of the head, got like a big chunk of head part right there.
Really?
And it was separated from the busted.
No
And
shit.
I don't understand how come it didn't blow.
Man, it's so nice to see you. It really is. It's been a while since I've been over. You know, it's like I said, I've been trying to get hold of Emily. I thought she had a different phone. That's why I got that charger. I gave her a cable.
Yeah.
And she says she has to charge it in the van.
Yeah.
Because there's no wall charger. I said, well, I got those. You know. But now that you got it,
yeah.
okay, that works, you know, basically for any phone.
Well, Emily's iPhone got busted. We don't know how it got busted. We left and come back and it was all busted up.
So
And we go.
you got home and her phone's broke.
Yeah.
Like smashed.
Right.
Well, maybe that's why, you know, when I call, there's no answer.
And
But you're pretty sure she got the same number?
she ain't got the same number like she got me.
Well, then that
Pretty much she ain't got a phone. Except she got a phone.
But a different number.
Right.
Well, that's probably why I can't get a hold of her.
And
How's Tiffany doing, man? I know you say she got to go for surgery on her foot. Oh, man. Man, that licks ass. It really does. Oh, that's my pseudo handicap. That's from my mom. This is my mom. She feels safer driving this than that Equinox. Matter of fact, that's the first car I met you in.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, this car was getting fixed. I had to get a solenoid, I think, in the transmission. So I got that fixed. But yeah, this is a 2011, and that's a 2000. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, I think it's 5th generation, 98 to 01.
Yeah.
Something like that. You know. But those engines are a dime a dozen. Yeah, I want to.
People don't realize Fords are American motor. These right here.
Oh yeah.
They last longer than the Fords and
yeah.
Dodges.
See, this is the first kind of foreign car I've really ever had.
I want to own them price burners again.
And this is you know, I absolutely love it. I put gas in like 12 days ago, and I'm way above. I'm just below 3/4 of a tank, and I drove, you know, about 3 million miles. But anyway, yeah, man, you're welcome. But let's just you know, I got a pen somewhere. I'll write down my stuff, and because if her phone's all broke down and beat up, she probably doesn't have the ability to retrieve contact information, that type of thing. And I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm just going there. So I just showed up, well, an hour ago, whatever it was.
We just pulled in. I got Tiffany back there.
Yeah.
When you go.
Yeah, but yeah.
And CJ come in and said, somebody's wanting you. What, who? And it's like,
man, he looked.
Tiffany both of us. Who? Yeah.
It's like, I'm not here to cause any trouble. I mean, that's the deal. You know, when I met you guys, it was under the kind of shitty circumstances to begin with, and then. You know,
that's how bad I am, though. I'm stressed so damn bad.
I stress so hard I throw up daily. I literally throw up. I have a cup next to me in bed. When I wake up, I have so much anxiety, I throw up. And it's because I'm trying to help you guys out.
Yeah.
I mean, not just you. I'm working with many, many, many people. And that's just kind of what I'm doing. I mean, so.
Yeah. Well, see, me, I don't throw up or nothing. I get so mad and I start fighting, and I'm wanting to scrap with people.
Yeah.
Because
kind of take the aggressive approach. Defensive.
Right.
No, I got you. No, I got you. Hey, man, you're a man, and that's what you do. But here's what I'm thinking, Wes, and give me your thoughts on this. We're getting pretty close. If we'll keep in contact, but we'll make a decision one way or the other. As soon as I put the video up, I'd almost be willing somebody's gonna want to buy the engine for that. If not, I will. You know, that's just the deal. Because you have a large family, you have a dog, a wheelchair, accessories, and that little ass Nissan you had, that wasn't doing it. Plus, you don't have it, so it's gone. So, you know, case closed on that. But you know, those tires are, you saw them. You know, they're pretty good. And I have not put 1 pound of air in any of those tires since it's been sitting there, and it's been 2 years. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been sitting there at least 2 years. And I got to find the title. You know, I had it in the visor, like right up here, and somehow or another, I think my stepbrother might have something to do with that. He's a renegade, so to speak. But yeah, well, no, it's, I don't know. I don't know if he was thinking he's going to bring the title to the title pawn place and get money out of it. I guess you'd probably have to have your vehicle there so they can inspect it and take pictures and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be common sense, but...
Yeah, if you take a vehicle to a collar place,
yeah,
you got to take it and have it.
Well, that's a losing proposition. I mean, regardless, but hey, Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess.
If you can't find a title, you can write a bill of sale.
Well, I'll go to the guy's house. I don't know if he still lives there or what. I don't know if he was renting or whether he owns. I know where it is. I know exactly where it is. I mean, we can go there together. He'll remember me, you know. But
well, I'm just saying, it's a 2000 model. That's over 10 years old. 2001. I know.
Oh, they changed the rule?
You got to have a title.
Really?
2000. You don't have to have a title. You can write a bill of sale.
I should have gave you the VIN number. That way you could find out. I think it's the 4-liter, you know, V6 straight overhead, you know, cam deal.
Yeah.
But
V6. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, those motors are a dime a dozen. They're in 1,000 cars. Or, well, 1,000 different models. There's 800 million motors available, all within a couple hours away.
V6. I don't know how much they are.
Well, no, I've been telling you, they're anywhere from $275. You know, come pick it up to $500-600, depends on the mileage and you know where it's at, and you know. But
I'll tell you right now, 5.7s, Hemis.
that's what's in that Dodge. That's exactly what it is. It's a 5.7 Hemi.
Well,
no, not a Hemi, a Magnum.
Yeah, the Magnums are the Hemis.
Oh,
They're hard to find,
yeah.
and they're at about $2,000, even though they're used. Because that's what they're running the cop cars.
Really?
The state patrols?
They're driving Hemis?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. If you know these cop cars have got Hemis to like the counties and shit like that.
I have no idea.
Yeah, they're in cop cars.
I try to avoid all contact. But yeah, man, I got some stuff. We'll get you set up. Yeah, people are pretty worried about you. Look at this guy. You got a chicken?
There's chickens all over around here.
Well, I guess that's cool. In case you need some wings. I gotta say hi to Big Boy. But
he's back here.
He's chilling.
See?
Big Boy. Oh man, I swear to God, he could be my dog's brother. He could be my dog's brother. Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah, he looks bigger than last time. That's all there is to it. Come on, big boy. Over here, buddy. How you doing, man? What's your name? Aren't you handsome? What are you, a year old? Year and a half? Cool. Huh. Oh, you got a big ass pail of water. That's a bonus. Big boy. Oh, son of a bitch. What are you guys doing? You're killing me here. Don't take me out. Big boy. Hey, buddy. Man, my shit's falling off. I'm a mess here, guys. My phone's all broke. I'm trying to get my thing strapped back up. My body thing broke. You know, it's cool. But how you doing, man? Oh, son of a... Let's get you untangled. How's your 3-foot chain doing? God, are you strong? You're a beast. Easy now. Easy. Slow your roll. Oh, wait a minute. Your chain's trapped. Hold on, man. There you go. How's that? You got a big ass pot of water and not a drop of food. I got some grub for you. I'm gonna fix this. There he is. Damn. He is a strong dude.
Yeah.
I will say that.
The numbers.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me get you. I'll tell you what. I don't know. You got a pen? Here's one of my cards. Write it down on that, and I'll put it in my pocket. And then I'll put it in my phone. I'm gonna get Big Boy a little sack of grub. Hey, Mimi. How you been? What's this guy's name?
Huh?
What's this guy's name?
Precious?
Precious.
Yeah. Hush. Hush.
Male, female?
She's a female.
Yeah. I thought she was gonna eat me. I was like, easy now. And then the chicken scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I walked over there and he come running after me. I was like, slow down, man. I like wings, but you know, not right now. oh, that's great. Okay, what do I got? What am I looking for? Here we go. Got a ton of stuff. Big boy. All right. First, yeah, food. Instantaneously. Well, they're getting the whole box, so. We're in a moist and meaty.
Extra one of them?
What's that?
One of them? Do you have one extra? I want to give it to my little puppy in the house.
Well, yeah, make it happen.
He's 12 weeks old. I'm going to try him. Look.
Silence! Man. My little camera thing here broke. But, yeah, I took well, he'll tell you, I'm sure. I'm gonna, here, take the box. There's about half left.
Okay.
I'm gonna get Big Boy some grub. Easy, killer. Here, buddy. Here you go. Just a little bit full. Bam. Well, he attacked that. You know, man. What can you do? Okay, Big Boy, please don't knock me over. You're a big dude. Come on. All right, stop. Here. He's gonna kick my ass. That's all there is to it. Huh. Interesting. They got a 50-pound bag of dog food sitting over there, but he's got zero in his bowl. Got water. I guess you could call that a win. Oh, unbelievable. Oh, you got your number on there?
Mine's the top one, and Tiffany's on the bottom. That's
Okay.
a 6 right there.
516. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a Chatsworth number. Austin, is Precious gonna chew your ear off, or is Precious gonna chew your ear off?
She'll lick it before she bites.
Now with me, she don't, does she?
I got you guys.
She bites people when she's around me.
All right, here's the deal, man. First of all, let's start with this. These are multi-packs of it's peanut butter and jelly, but they're not made. There's peanut butter cups and jelly cups, chips, beef jerky. You'll see. You know, it's gonna be a good deal. And then I got some other things here. Let me get to. Oh, man, I thought I had a couple loaves of bread, but check this out. Pound of turkey, ice cold, and I guess we can go kind of from there. Oh, let me check in the back seat. We'll see what's happening. It's like, oh.
Yeah, like I said, we ain't wouldn't nobody with this. Got so much going on. And
No, man, it's rough. You know, everybody runs into hard times. I mean, that's the deal.
and I put it in the basket. I might put it on the
I
ground.
had it in this chair earlier, Wesley.
Huh?
When
I had it in this chair earlier.
Oh,
when
really?
it was wet. No, this morning.
Yeah.
Hey, Austin, real quick, man. Do you think you might be able to grab a couple handfuls of dog food for Big Boy? His bowl's totally empty.
Already?
I don't know about the already, but
Okay.
Where's the dog food?
Right here.
Okay.
No. I put the number
Yeah,
6.
we'll just go ahead and give
Yeah,
him-
we went.
yeah, I just gave him a pouch of that moist and meaty type thing. You know, that's that's kind of some higher dollar type grub. Well, let's see what else we got, man. All right.
Bag like this, $30.
Check this out. Got a couple sacks of oatmeal that you can do the instant making of. Whoa. Mimi, come here. I've got like 25 pairs of underwear for you, and they're brand spanking new.
Okay.
You know, I tried them on; they fit perfect.
I'm sure you did.
No, but it's for a. I guess the correct word would be, you know, plus size.
Yeah.
But yeah, but they're I promise you they're brand new. I just got them like, you know, six months ago. All right, this has got to go up here. All right, here, grab these. Just a handful of snacks, more chips, and we're gonna go shopping. That's all there is to it. Not much else in the grand scheme of things. Not a ton of miscellaneous stuff, but we're gonna go shopping, man. We need to make an appointment. I want to bring. I'll clean out my car. Bring you and Tiffany. We'll go to Walmart. I got, you know, we'll get you set up. You know,
All right.
try to get you going, man.
All right. I appreciate
I know it blows. You know, I say that, but I completely understand it. I see it over and over, and it's sad. But you know, the fact remains, it's like, look, I mean, you just need help. You know, you know, you're supposed to want to be starting this job, you know, come Monday, and well, it'd be nice to be able to, you know, get there. That helps. You know, that's kind of the deal. What are you gonna call an Uber driver?
Yeah. When I'm thinking about, when I asked her about it,
Uh-huh.
she thinks probably what you think too.
What's
Like,
that?
Just put the engine in it.
That's what that would be my
Yeah.
first thought. You know,
Yeah, just put the
literally.
engine in it. And
You know, plug and play, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of what.
it's easy to get the engine out. So if
Yeah.
I ain't got a cherry picker, get one, put that in.
Yeah, and then
out.
they don't require like a deposit.